To avenge her husband, a retired female soldier took matters into her own hands, but her target had no idea he was in danger. She suddenly pulled out a grenade. The man jumped up in fear. The entire bar fell into chaos. She pulled the pin. She wanted to force him to name the person behind it all, but he refused to speak, so she threw the grenade without hesitation. After the loud explosion, the standoff began. Facing a battle-hardened Special Forces soldier, those gang members stood no chance. She took them out one by one. Seeing all his men killed, the man tried to escape, but she shot him in the leg. She pulled the trigger again, trying to force him to talk. He still kept silent, so she fired again. At last, the man gave up and told the truth, but she killed him anyway. Then she used his phone to call the inspector. She lured him out successfully. Her revenge plan had begun. The next day, as the inspector stepped out of his house, a young boy splashed him with a bucket of filth. The inspector became furious. He ran after the boy, planning to teach him a lesson, but he walked right into a trap. By the time he realized it, all exits were blocked. Gasoline had been poured across the ground. Above him, the woman stood on a cage, holding a lighter. She was ready to give him a painful death, but the inspector shouted that he was only doing a paid job. The real mastermind was someone else. Seeing the fire in her hand, the inspector panicked and confessed everything. He said he was just taking money to follow orders, but the woman ignored his begging. She threw down the lighter. The gasoline caught fire instantly. The inspector struggled for a few seconds. In the end, he could not take it anymore, and chose to shoot himself. Later, the woman tracked down the man her victim had mentioned. He turned out to be the owner of a security company. She went to the company. The man thought she was just another client, but she handed him an envelope. Inside were photos of her husband's brutal death. Before the man could react, she wrapped a cord around his neck, but she did not kill him. She just made him pass out. Then she looked around the room, and saw many fishing hooks. She came up with a new idea to make him talk. When the old man woke up, he found a fishhook had been shoved into his mouth. Would he finally tell the truth?